Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here with a very late review of Create a Sim in The Sims 4 Werewolves. With my busy work life and the very rapid leaks and announcements of high school years, finally I'm getting around to doing this now, but I knew no matter how late this video was going to release, I had to do a Create a Sim review of Werewolves because this has to be one of the best packs we've ever received in terms of Create a Sim. It's so good, it's even better than I initially thought it was going to be. There's a couple of items that are kind of like, to me that could have been done a little bit better, but otherwise, oh my goodness, this is right up my alley and stuff that I've wanted for so long. An interesting approach they took with this pack is that the adult clothing is mostly the same availability for both masculine and feminine frames. I wonder if this is what they're going to keep doing going forward, or if this is a unique case. So we will see the bulk of the catalog through the feminine fashion, and then we'll just kind of go through most of the same stuff again for masculine, so I won't go through like the same swatches every single time. So we'll start off with the women's hair. It looks more than it actually is. It's a few styles with ombre variants for the most part, but yeah, some really interesting styles going on. I really love the first one. And this hairstyle I am a little disappointed by, because I was hoping that all the braids would be, you know, 3D instead of just painted onto the hair texture. So, because I really wanted more hairstyles like that one. So, yeah, it'd be nice if someone made like a CC version where it wasn't just drawn on like that. But this hairstyle is pretty cool though, with the layers, because this is Donna from my Let's Play, and that was the hairstyle I actually went with. So there's that, I believe it is called the wolf cut with the rat tail, but in the ombre variant, and then same with this other hairstyle here. And then this one is a variant with a moon shaved into it. How cool is that? Yeah, that is pretty neat. And then we have this sort of like medium length hairstyle that reminds me of the one from Discovery University, except not so long in the back. Moving on to head accessories, we have a couple new nose rings, one for each side, and they're actually 2 rings at once instead of just one. And then we have a pair of earrings with paw prints on them. That's pretty cute. Really reminds me of the Cats and Dogs expansion pack. Then there's a necklace with a few different designs on it depending on the swatch. There's even one that is kind of like a llama coin, and the paw print that actually matches with the earrings. My favorite thing in this category, though, is definitely the moon necklace. I was so surprised to see that it actually glows. And there's a nice detail with the chain in the back, but yeah, I was really surprised I hadn't seen anyone on Twitter bring that up. To make sure this wasn't some kind of weird coincidence, I also went into live mode to see if the effect would stick around, and it actually did. One thing we normally don't get are new facial scars. We've had those in Get Famous for years, but now we finally have more variety with werewolves. And I guess all these are meant to just create a more battle-worn look. However, one thing we haven't had before are body scars, but now they are here as a brand new category. So that's an interesting step forward for Create a Sim, and hopefully we'll get even more scars in the future without having to need werewolves. There are also a few new additions in the tattoos category. So we have this back tattoo that I think looks really cool. Love it. And we also have what are hand tattoos, but I guess it's meant to be more like dirt. I was a little confused when I first saw those. And there is also a moth arm tattoo that comes in a variety of different colors. I think it's a pretty interesting looking design. Still waiting on filters for tattoos though, and I guess we need them for scars as well. Moving on to the clothes, we definitely got a grungy, punk rock, 90s inspired aesthetic going on, and I'm definitely into that. And yeah, this t-shirt's pretty cool, though I wish the clips in it weren't so drawn on in 2D. I feel like that does kind of damper on the design a bit. This one is really cute though, and I love the tears on the sleeves there, and the wolf howling the moon, and yeah, the cute ones with the bones, and also the lunar phases on the back on some of the swatches. That is so cool. I had no idea that was gonna be on there, because that was on the sim in the trailer who was chased by Greg. And then we got this nice sweater here with some stitches on it. And then this sweater vest, it has a weird shadow issue near the bottom. I saw there is a mod, I'm pretty sure it was on Mod The Sims, that fixes that. It's not a terrible, terrible thing, but yeah, it's definitely an issue. And then we have this sort of nice vest here with a bunch of different swatches and designs. I love the back, that is really interesting. And then we have this sweater where part of it actually goes a bit further down. It kind of reminds me of an item we have in Eco Lifestyle. Then we have this really torn up hoodie, and hey, that one actually does have the lunar faces on the back too on certain swatches. And the one with the moons, that's really cool as well. Then we have another vest with a shirt underneath, some interesting plaid going on. Just the designs here are so cool. And then we have this ripped shirt, which is great for werewolves for sure. And it has a few different designs on that as well. And then we have another vest combo. If you love vests, this is definitely the pack for you. So then we'll move on to bottoms. So we have some ripped pants here. And then for the next one, we have even more ripped pants. Maybe it's just a coincidence, but the belt here looks moon-shaped to me. If that was intentional, that's a nice touch. But definitely good pants to use on your werewolves, since they can still wear clothes in their beast form. These pants remind me so much of the Matrix, and I absolutely love that. A good variety of colors there. Then we have this patchy skirt. Love the moon that is stitched onto the back. And then you have some plaid swatches as well. Then we have these ripped shorts. I love that there's the ribbon in the back that makes it feel a bit more unique compared to other items that we already have. Next is a skirt with a hoodie wrapped around it. The hoodie looks a little 2D at the front. I think it looks fine at the back, but yeah, a little odd there. Now let's move on to the full body outfits. I love this first one. Christopher, the leader of the Moon Collective, wears it, and yeah, the swatches are very interesting too. The colors, really nice. Then we have this one that I know Lily wears in the game, and there's some plaid options as well. Then we have a ripped shirt with a flannel shirt wrapped around the waist. I think this looks really cool, and some interesting swatches on that. Then we have a sweater with a dress over it. Really interesting swatches going on here as well. Good for a cozy look. And this is good for a cozy look as well. It reminds me a little bit of Tiny Living stuff, but with some really interesting patterns on the pants there, like the moon. That is pretty cool. And then we have this overalls outfit. Yeah, that one definitely reminds me of Cottage Living as well, but it looks really well done. Next, we have the body accessories. So we have a really nice looking bracelet with some moon designs on it. Then we have just something like wrist gloves, I guess. I'm not really sure what to call these. And then we have a set of 3 rings that you can put on individually on each finger, which is something we haven't really had before. So that is really interesting. I have to kind of do like a closer up with the fingernails cam, just so that you could get a much better look of, yeah, just what they actually look like. We also got a pair of ripped leggings, so definitely goes with the aesthetic of this pack. And of course, we do have some new nails to go along with the werewolves. I don't have much to say about these. I mean, they do look pretty nice. I guess it would have been cool if we had a really long pair of nails to kind of go with the werewolves, but yeah, these are fine. For shoes, we have 3 different pairs. The first one definitely reminds me of Converse sneakers. It comes in plaid, as well as some other swatches with some more artsy things going on. And then we have a pair of leather boots that look really good. And then we have these ripped shoes where the toes are exposed. That's really interesting. I don't think we've had anything like that in The Sims 4 before. Then we move on to the masculine clothing and just items in general. So there are some things I just didn't even bother going through at all, like the scars, since they are the same for both masculine and feminine frames. So yeah, just kind of breezing through all the same items again. So overall, yeah, really nice items, and they seem to fit pretty well on the masculine frame from what I can tell. From what I remember, there are a few very feminine looking outfits that are not available on the masculine frame by default, but not too big a deal to me since the vast majority of these items are available for both masculine and feminine. Yeah, you can see there's only 2 full body outfits there. But yeah, it's still a pretty nice selection of clothing. Again, I wonder if this is a unique design decision for this pack, or if this is going to be the norm going forward, but I guess we'll just have to see how high school years turns out in that department. Now we'll move on to the children's catalog. So I actually just took off the gender tags to make this easier, but we have all the same hairstyles except for the tied up bun with the moon crescent shaved in. That was not available for children, but all the other ones are. There are a few unique items though, including this hat with the ears. That's pretty cute. And it does come in a variety of different patterns. There's some plain ones too. There's also 2 unique tops, and I love the stitching done with the moon in this one. It kind of reminds me of one of the other tops we saw earlier. And yeah, even a couple of Argyle variations. And then we have this other nice sweater here with some stitching going on. So yeah, some really cute handmade looking stuff. A pair of shorts with a werewolf tail is also available. That comes in a variety of different colors, and I guess is kind of good if you want to do like a spooky day costume, or if you just want to play dress up. Lastly, we got toddlers, which as always get very little. We got 2 full body outfits. So yeah, this one here, yeah, it's fairly cute. I do love the moon put onto the back. But this onesie, I think, might actually be one of my favorite items in this whole pack. It's just so adorable, and I love the swatches here, especially the Galaxy one. Like, yes, please. That is really cool. So, for some reason, I can just imagine a toddler sledding with Snowy Escape wearing this. It's worth pointing out that we did get a new aspiration. No new traits, unfortunately. But the Werewolf Initiate is a new aspiration where the sim wants to unleash their inner beast and become a werewolf. And you do get the Lunar Confidant bonus trait to start off with, where you do get an initial relationship boost when introducing yourself to werewolves, positive or negative depending on how they act. There is a twist with this aspiration though, because once you complete this Werewolf Initiate, you can actually split off into 4 different aspirations from there. So it's kind of like you get 5 aspirations with this pack instead of just 1. It's just that the other 4 you get while you're in live mode. Of course, I have to mention the actual werewolf portion of Create a Sim, considering they're basically the selling points of this game pack. So there's a few unique items here and there, like those earrings that I have on Donna right now. And there's also some unique teeth that you can have, and they're just going through some of the face presets and the accessories. Yeah, and oh right, there's also the collar there, the spiked collar. But a lot of the stuff is the same, so you don't have to worry about having too much of a difference in selection of clothing between the human form and the beast form. When this pack first leaked with the cover art, I was not a fan of this design, especially compared to what we had in The Sims 3, but I've warmed up to them a lot now, so there's a lot of interesting possibilities. They even put on the paint tool from Cats and Dogs, which is definitely above what I was expecting. So the customization here is pretty powerful. I remember seeing some of the sim gurus post some really interesting ones on Twitter, like Wolf Link, and there's like a Six inspired one, and you know, I still need to look on the gallery to see what people have made with this, because there must be some really interesting stuff. The werewolf customization is definitely one of the big factors, I think, that helps werewolves basically be the best occult in The Sims 4 so far. And overall, just wow. I know not every item is perfect in this pack, but this is a very strong showing. Absolutely top tier, up there with the likes of packs such as Discover University. So feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on Create a Sim in Werewolves, and be sure to subscribe if you'd like to keep up with my latest gaming content. I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!